Yeah, I'm not refusing to leave. We're getting that very clear right now. I mean, this is the first time that
your things and you need to start walking out.
yeah, because I already ordered something.
What it looks like to us is you are
The don't try to interrupt me again. Yeah, it says 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. I was not here for 30 minutes when I made my next order. So as far as I know, I'm not breaking any policies with McDonald's. If you have any problems with McDonald's, I understand that it's a private business. If you have any problems with that, you need to call corporate and you need to let them know, because that's their policy and that's the law by them. I don't make those laws. I have autism. I don't have any responsibility of that. And as far as I know, LAPD, you have been violating my rights as far as I know, plenty of times.
Business. They could ask you to leave for any reason.
I understand. I'm not refusing to leave. Okay, if I need to reiterate that again and again, I'm going to reiterate that again and again. I'm not gonna move, because if I do anything and if you try to pull your gun out of me saying that I'm reaching for something, I'm not doing it. Look, I have autism and you have violated my rights. LAPD has violated my rights so many times.
So the store,
yeah,
you're trespassing right now. You have 30 minutes. There's a sign right there that says 30 minutes. They said you've been here since 7. All right. They are in charge of the store. So
I understand.
They're saying you need to leave. You need to leave. They don't want to press charges, but if you're not leaving, they're gonna get you arrested.
I don't want to even have charges pressed. I don't even want to. I didn't even cause a disturbance here. I didn't cause a disturbance.
You're loitering. They don't want you here. That's it.
I mean, I'm not loitering.
If you don't want to leave, we're gonna have to arrest you.
No.
So do you want to be arrested?
I don't want to be arrested. I'm just letting you know that by policy, by McDonald's policy, I'm not loitering. By the law, I'm not loitering. I already paid for my next meal. I have 30 minutes. I'm not trying to rush either of you to get away from me. I'm not trying to have you rush me to get out of the store so quickly. It's Matthew.
Matthew?
Yes.
What's your last name?
Monzo.
Matthew Monzo?
Yes.
All right, so Matthew.
And also one more thing. Before I let you finish, just let me mention one more thing. I was supposed to have. It was I think it was the chief of police. It was some type of chief, but it was Deputy Sanchez, I believe. Okay. And they were supposed to follow up with me on a adult protective service call. They never called me.
Me and my partner, we have no clue of that, because we're not deputies, we're officers.
Wait. So the same police. So the same police that would unhouse me and like pull a lot of biased attentions on me. So that way I would be in and out of psychiatric wards. And
Bermudez?
Our son is LAPD. Oh, no.
That's institutional bias.
So hail to the LAPD. We know what you're going to
Hey, look, we're going to get a PPA sign. That means that they want you arrested. We're not placing you under arrest. They are.
Oh.
So by the time they sign it and you don't leave, you're being arrested. I'm just being honest with you, bro.
Okay,
so if you wanna grab your stuff, I suggest you to leave. You don't want to be arrested, bro.
Wait, so is he rushing to get me arrested? Because I just want to.
We're getting a PPA sign. They're gonna sign it saying that they want you arrested.
Oh, okay.
Because you're trespassing right now.
So that's LAPD. They institutionally biased me. They've illegally detained me in San Pedro. No. Trust me. There have been illegal detainments from LAPD. It just hasn't been, brought up in court. I haven't been able to find any legal representation against, that sort of thing. But yeah, there has been illegal detainments. Trust me, there has. And it's by Harbor Community Police Station in San Pedro. But I mean, you guys are wasting your time, You guys, don't. Yeah.
Oh, is that Metro?
Yeah, Metro really has people talking to themselves and they cause disturbances on the bus.
I want to say we appreciate you guys.
For trying to detain an autistic person, I'm like, that's very community orientated. I'm like, oh my goodness. Very community orientated. It's like an autistic person that really gets discriminated in America, institutionally biased by the police, so that way, there are court orders and no opportunity to employment or schooling, because, the police are detaining him in and out of, psychiatric wards and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, just to let you know, if you come back, you will be arrested, okay? Just
Okay.
letting you know. All right, so
it's to this location specifically?
This location specifically.
Okay, and what's your badge number?
It's gonna be Officer Tepos 44915. Okay.
Officer Villanueva 45877.
Okay, you're not doing any service to Los Angeles. You guys could be dealing with, like, you know, the riots that are happening and you know, all this other stuff, but you choose to, you know, like, try to violate an autistic person's rights yet again. Like, you know, you're not doing anything productive. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Have a good day.
You're not doing anything productive. I'm like, please do better. Because there are a lot of, you know, homeless people that do far worse things inside of McDonald's. Far worse things, yeah. And also, if you guys really want to, like, you know, make it into a psychiatric issue, trust me, they have a lot more, you know, psychiatric issues than me. Medical issues and whatever else have you.
To the guy leaving your bed from the door.
You say you can't come back from the store. You're back.
Okay.
You know, just this location.
I'm just going to report this, you know, McDonald's, and if there are illegal workers working here, you guys will have to detain them anyway.
Yeah, but they're just saying that if you come back.
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys probably don't care. You guys probably want to protect, you know, illegals, but that's fine. I'm on a public sidewalk now, so, you know. Are you guys going to have this sign so that way if I'm on the sidewalk and I can't get away fast enough, you guys are still going to detain me?
No,
This is a public sidewalk. Are you sure it's fine?
yeah. Just make sure you're not blocking the driveway, because.
Okay, let's make sure I'm really not blocking the driveway, because I'm like, I want to make sure this McDonald's gets a huge lawsuit so that way I get a way better car than, you know, you guys, you know. I don't know about a house, but maybe a car, you know. Just in case, you know, you guys, like, keep illegally detaining me within my new house that I would probably be able to buy, maybe not. And then I could, like, just live in my car. I'm like, I really want to see how this goes. Because that guy... Wait, did anybody notice that old geezer, like, community member was like, oh, hail LAPD, and I was like, oh. I was like, that's an interesting phrase. That's very interesting terminology. I'm like, you said hail LAPD? I'm like, I can hail too, but I'm not gonna show it on this video because I want to make sure I don't get canceled or nothing, you know? I'm like 100%. By the way, I did absolutely nothing to nobody in this McDonald's. I didn't make any videos. I didn't speak loudly. I didn't do a single thing to anybody. All I did was take a nap. I bought food. I mean, I did have to make a video, you know, to backtrack, like, you know, against one of these McDonald's workers treating me pretty bad and whatnot. But other than that, yeah, I was like, man, it's pretty crazy. You know what's funny? Actually, LAPD didn't want to follow up on Adult Protective Services report from my mom committing financial elder abuse. So then I would get my Social Security and I'd be able to have a place to live and have a better job, way better job than McDonald's. So it makes you wonder. It's like, wait, is LAPD actually withdrawing its services? I'm like, I guess it is. LAPD, are you really going to detain an autistic person on the public sidewalk even though they literally already left and are no longer trespassing? Hey, wait, what do you think about, like, an elder abuse claim that you guys actually didn't follow up with? You guys aren't gonna follow up on elder you know, Adult Protective Service you know, report, right? Because you don't want me to have a job or anything. Where are you going? I'm like, shoot, dude, that's pretty good, yo. That's why they left, because they're like, oh yeah, he's making too much sense. We're not gonna be able to get him into a psych ward, because if we do, we're definitely gonna face a lawsuit. And I'm like, nope, it's that's already too late. I'm like, way too late. while I'm getting it all right here, might as well say all the points that I need to, you know? Okay. So, first point to make, hold on. You guys aren't done with your services. I still need to ask one thing from you. So, just so that way I make sure that I get this for my lawyer, you guys didn't want to follow up on a adult protective service report, right? So that's elder financial abuse. If I could just finish, because I really don't want you to talk over me. That's elder financial abuse. So you guys are not following up on a report that deals with me receiving my Social Security. So I can have housing and have a job and, you know, whatever else. I'm like, damn, I called out Diddy and Epstein, you know, and that old geezer was like, oh, hail LAPD. And I'm like, what the heck? Little old geezer over there. I'm like, shoot, dude. You said hail. I was like, trust me, I can hail too. I don't have to show it though, get it? I'm like, that is super crazy. As soon as I mentioned, oh yeah, you guys don't want to follow up on my, you know, adult protective service report. They're like, oh, we're out of here. They're like, oh, we're out of here, man. And I was like, why so fast? I'm like, why are they out of there so fast? I really like to know. I'm like, that's pretty crazy. I don't even know what to say, you know? But yeah, I'm like, dude. That's who gets all the job opportunities and the police helping them. ¿Cómo están? ¿Tan bueno? I was like, shoot. I was like, man, that's so crazy. All right, so let's really get that out of the way really quick. Because that guy being like, hell LAPD, it was laughing. I was like, old geezer, he was like, man, I want this little whistleblower autistic person detained right now for exposing our cheap labors and our ability to pull labor theft and you know, financial abuse to illegal immigrants and I'm like, and what? Whistleblower retaliation because I speak out against, you know, like things like Epstein and stuff. I'm like, when it comes from like Beverly Hills all the way to Santa Monica, I'm like, sounds about right. Anyway, so educational discrimination because my mom worked at LAUSD and she wanted to switch around my classrooms from one entire campus in San Pedro to another campus, which is a magnet campus to a regular campus in San Pedro with their high school, ironically called San Pedro High School. Dependent adult abuse because I would be physically abused, emotionally abused, and psychologically tormented and emotionally distressed within my household because I have 3 older brothers bullying me with my single mom, okay? Technically elder financial abuse because even though I'm not an elderly person, by psychological terms, because I have autism, I'm like a child and an elder at the same time. So basically, the fact that my mom's stealing my Social Security from me and not allowing me to use it is really detrimental to my future. Also, employment and labor law violations that regard, you know, my mom, and why I like put so much blame on my mom. Well, it's because she would brandish LAPD against me and you know, create like a history of like bias in police encounters. So it's very important to mention. But employment law and employment violations, it's because my mom would threaten to kick me out of the house if I would find a job, because she would get her Section 8 taken away, which is like, oh my gosh, it's getting like ridiculous. So like, if she would threaten that I would get unhoused and she would get unhoused, but it's like the same person that's abusing me, whatever. Institutional bias and institutional terror by LAPD, because they would pull a lot of biased police reports and biased police encounters to have me either detained illegally or involuntarily held against my will illegally within psychiatric wards and whatever have you. Malicious intent, whether by LA County or their courts, especially care court, or you know, the judge dealing with care court and overseeing my cases or proceedings within Norwalk Superior Courthouse. Medical malpractice by my past doctors, especially the most recent one, dropping me out of her practice, which is like basically like kicking me out of her doctor's office because she really felt threatened that I could bring on a lawsuit and I could prove it. Medical fraud and insurance fraud, my mom was pulling that. Medical fraud and insurance fraud. I don't know if I could say technically LA County was doing, well, yeah, LA County was doing that because I wasn't getting emergency medical services from their emergency rooms. I was being discriminated and not being provided actual medical attention. So yeah, technically that is true. And that was from 3 different emergency rooms, which is Kaiser, Providence, and UCLA. So I got a lot of lawsuits to make. I'm like, man, LAPD, you should have left me alone. You should have left me alone. I'm like, man. And also McDonald's, I'm like, I'm definitely